Hello, friends. Today, our topic is related to the Google Map API in Python. So, sometime we need some data from the map. For example, we have different categories of data that we want from the Google API. Okay, that could be hotel, that could be restaurant, that could be any business location that we need some data for the marketing purposes. Okay, so we need to extract that data in the different format, and we would like to increase our business, or we have to merge our business to another company. So for that reason we need some data to grab, with all the necessary information. The information details I will explain in this video further, when I will continue to the next step. So let me share that how we can download that data from the Google Map. First, I will give you an example using a graph. That, for example, this is a Google Map area. If you can see this, structure. So, for example, this is whole Google Map area, and you would like to uh, get the data from some portion, from this point to this point overall in this category. This 17,000, 17, what is this meaning? Because I have example of 17 kilometer. So because Google take the parameter for the meters, not in the kilometers, so that's why I write this one here is 17,000 meters. I want, this is latitude and longitude. I want to, from this latitude and longitude point, from here I want to encircle, I want to in 17-kilometer radius, I would like to grab all the data of any kind of business, any kind of restaurant, any kind of hotel, or any other thing that you would like to download. Okay, so what I will do is I will give the input of the latitude and longitude from here, and I will tell the Google Map API in Python that how much radius I have to cover in that. So I will tell him in meters. In here I write it down that 17,000 meter. I just get the example. Mostly the Google Map API return only is 60 records in one request. So if I need all data, for example, in 17,000 kilometer, I need, I have to cover all these from this point, from this lat and long to all over data from in this location. So I would like to get all the data here. So with that, I have to use the pagination, because Google API return the data in pagination. In one page, it returns the 60 record. If you would like to get more records, you have to paginate you have to use generator to get to call the other pages request, to make a request to the request for the other pages to get all the data. So for that purposes, for example, if there are only 60 records, that will be fine. If there are more than 60 records, we have to use generator to get all other data that is available in this radius. So this is the technique that we can get more than 60 records in one call. So we don't need to make again and again one by one call and get the data and write into some data source. We can store it anywhere, any data source that you have. Either it could be MySQL, either it could be Excel sheet or anything where you can download that data. Okay, for more example, if I already write over here that if this is 17,000 meter, so how much a kilometer? It becomes 17 kilometer, because 1 kilometer equal to 1,000 meter. So that's why I write it over here for your, just for the your understanding that how it works. And if you want to calculate more data, for example, wanted to go further into that details, you wanted to go 50 kilometers, 70 kilometers, so you have to write the meters accordingly in your API, and in your API request. So this is it. For example, there is another scenario where we will explore more. This is a France lat long. I get it from here, France lat longs from here. So in Paris, I would like to cover this area from the 17 kilometer, but it only returns me 60. If I want more data, for example, so we have to cover. I have to give, for example, from this point of time, and if I will go here, for example, I want to cover maximum data. So I would like to create multiple files. So I make a solution that will create in a single script. You can get all the data wherever you want. So let me explain little bit. For example, you want to get the data, hotels data from here, and then you want to get the hotels data from here. Okay, this is little unfair because, okay, if you want to data from here, you can do like this, and you can just give the latitude of latitude and longitude from here, and it will cover all the data from here. If you would like to go more further, you can go here like this, or you can, give, this is the three arrays that I will explain you further in how we will explore this. For example, this is a latitude and longitude. From here I want to cover all the data from here, hotels in this area. Then hotels in this area, I will give the lat long this one, and I will tell that how much kilometers, how much radius I have to cover in this. Then I will give this lat long, and then I will cover this one. So in with this technique, I can cover all the maximum data. That will be sometime maybe it is duplicate in some cases, but I will cover maximum data, and I will grab maximum data with this one. So what I will do is I will give this endpoint, and it will, some data is duplicate from here, some here, and maybe some data is missing. But we have to make circle like this, so it will overlap each other everywhere. So we can later on duplicate it. We can cover the duplicate data afterwards. So this is the technique to get the data from the different location of the different API. But the API is not free, because there are a limited request in the Google API that are free, up to, I think, minimum request. I don't know the, I didn't know the exact number, but it is limited. When you will pay for that, it will be $5, and $5, it's 1,000 request for $5. So this is how it works. And now when you will give four latitude, longitudes, four radius, and the data, what kind of what type of data you want. For example, you want to get the restaurant and the data like this, so you can cover with this one. Okay, let's go into the script, and I will show you that how we can cover this data. For example, let me start with the first one. I created a class in Python, and I have to include these classes to fulfill my requirements. So this is a Google Map API that is a built-in class that I have to so I module, because we have the REST APIs also. We can use that also, but I have this functionality over here, so I can directly use the Google Map library. So it will give me all the information, all the functions that are required in this. So in here, I am reading the JSON configuration file from here, and I'm getting the API key in that. So I will upload this code on the GitHub, and add the URL below the video description, so you can check that and explore that more. And you can just reuse this code without any issue, because it is well tested, and everything is working fine. And this is already created file. I'll remove this because I will show you that how it works. So yeah, okay. So this will read the API and returns the whatever the data inside the file, in the configuration file. And then after that, I will call this function over here, and just get the configuration data and extract the API key in that. After that, what I did is I give the first circle information, lat long. Lat long is this one. This is lat long. And then second thing is lat long are already provided. Then the radius, kilometer radius. So this is the total kilometers from this point to this point. So I already given it 17,000 meters. So if you would like to change this one to any other, like, you can change the radius parameter as per your requirement. And I'm trying to extract the hotels information. Okay, this is only one circle information. If I would like to the second circle, so I have to add another array, and I will provide the second lat long and the radius of this one. And after that, if I want another information, so I want to cover this whole area over here boundary, so I have to draw the circle, get that lat long of a specific point, and I have to give the radius information over here. And then I type what kind of data I want, restaurant, hotels, or there are many categories available. You can check the documentation. I will provide the link below this file, you can check that also. Okay, so next API is extract places. So basically this API is only just for the formatting of the data, because what we are getting from that radius, we are getting the name, we are getting the formatted address of that hotel, we are getting the formatted number, geometry, location type, what type of building it is, website, business status, international phone number, place ID. Place ID, we are further checking some place ID, we are getting further some details, for example name, and we are getting further details with the place ID. Yeah, we are just making this format, make the request for the details. We are getting more details to format the data, and then after some of the data available already in the results, but if it is not, we will fill as empty. Why empty? Because we have to write this data somewhere in the data source. That's why if the data is not available, we must have the some empty value or non value, so we can push back into the data source as some uh, reliable data. Because for example, if you are pushing data to the excel sheet, if the data is missing, so it will return the error, and the total number of the rows and the columns will not be length will not complete, and it will return an exception. So that's why I am filling this data with the empty values. So when it is done, all the data is added into the list, and we are just putting into the list, because this is with the for loop. Every result is pushing in through this, and append data every time and return the results back into the text generator over here. Sorry, not text generator. We are taking this lat long from here. I already explained this one. We are give that circle data over here, each circle data with the type and the radius and everything. We will get this one, and we will just, what is that location will be provided like this in this params, and this is the lat, and this I already commented over here. What are the parameters? Latitude, longitude. If we will check that, first unix is latitude, longitude, and then distance, radius, and then type. Okay, so we provided this over here, and then we have just called this function gmap, and gmap object is already created. Google Maps, I already told you that we are using this module to get the data, and I created this function to get the api is getting over here, and then we are getting this object. We are making this client request with the places nearby. Okay, so places nearby will take these parameters and get the data over here. And when it will get the data, this is the first thing that the first page data will be here. After that, we need other pages also. If we have the token, we have the next page token, we will call this while loop. While loop, what it will do is, we have the next page, we will just change the parameter for the next result, and we will place the token into the parameter, and it will call again. If again we have the data in next page token, then it will call again and again and again. And what it will do is, it will place data into the final results on each while loop, until we didn't found this next page token. When we will not found this one, next page token, we will just go exit, and we will find it out that if there is a single thing. For example, there is no next page token here, and we will just go for the single call here. Okay, and we will get the data right away into our results, and then we will return those results. Okay, and this is how it will work. And finally, what we will do, and we will return this data, and we will when we will return this data over here, we will call this data over here, extract places. We are sending each results in this function. If you will check this, we are calling it here, in here, here, and here. I think so. This not required over here, because we are already making this else request over here. So you can comment. I commenting this out, and we will check it out with this one. Okay. So when it will done, we already have the results, and we will just check this out, that how the data is coming into that. After the final step, final function is related to the uh, what we will do next page generator. We are calling this because we will get final data here, and we will when we have final results after getting all the data around this radius and this radius and this radius and this radius. So what we will do is we will finally have the final results, and what we will do, we will write a header, and then we will give the file name and the source, and we will write it into the Excel sheet. So for this one, let me execute this, and we will check it out that how much data we got with this one. Okay, so let's execute this and check it out. When I will execute, because I will print some data, so you can check over here in the command line. So you can you know that you can understand that the data is downloading from the API. So if I'll execute this one over here, so it takes the hotel, let long, open window false, and the radius. So I just give the 17, and you can see that all the data is coming accordingly, whatever we required. Operational, address, phone number, website, and then everything is coming up. Okay, so if you check that, everything is good, and we will finally see this in the Excel sheet when it will be covered. I will provide this file under the video description. Don't worry about that, because it will help you a lot when you will working on the real projects. Basically, my focus is to the people who are new to integration to the third party APIs, so they will easily understand that how we can and meet the requirements of the customer or the company where we are working, or where as a freelancer how we can achieve those skills, so we can easily deliver the best quality work. So let's wait for a little bit, it will took some time, and after that we will discuss more about this one. And yes, there is another thing that I would like to tell you, that there are some data that we are making over here. For example, place ID. In here, I'm just when I making this data, I am making this stuff because this will we will store in the Excel sheet. So you can click and you can directly get the location. And other thing is, with this one, you can just directly hit and you can check the business location, images, reviews, everything in the Excel sheet. So we are using the place ID attributes here. From the results, we are using the place ID attribute at the end, and this will easily just click in the link and you can go to the directly to the business location in your browser. So this is for that purpose. And the type is already over here. You can see that types of interest, establishment, lodging, point of interest, like this. Okay, so this is done, and in a few seconds the file will be here, because it's sometime writing the file, and sometime it took time. Just wait a moment, and we will meanwhile we will discuss other things. Okay, so afterwards we are checking the business status, the business is operational or non-operational, so we are checking this also. And after that, international number, place list, and appending the data. Okay, this is it. And yeah, okay, so there is this documentation provided for the Google Maps Python. You can directly check this one, Python functions. So this will tell you all the details, distance API, PY. So this will provide all the documentation related to that, and you can explore it more from here. Directions, draw the map data, draw the line distance data, draw the distance between the 2 points, and all that stuff that you would like kilometers, geocoding. This is all everything is available here. Sorry, geolocation, time zone API, everything, places, map, static map image. You can create a static map image that we can use in the API. It will also reduce the cost on the third party APIs also. For example, if you are directly using some data, so here it is the file, because it was taking some time to download. So now if you can see that the file is here. Let me check this file with you guys in the Excel sheet, that how it look like. And after that we will check different things in that, and we will just close this video. Okay, let me copy this location, copy path, and here is this the results. If we will go in here, open please. Okay, this is open. And if we will go here, we can check that our files are here. It is little slow, sorry about that. Loading YT, and in here our file is here, Excel sheet. Okay, so let me open the docs, Google spreadsheets, and we will directly check here. File open. It is not ready yet. Not ready yet. Now it's ready. And now let's upload this file over here and check that how it looks like. Oh, sorry, I have to get the file. Okay, I have already have here, and then YT, and then I have to upload this file here. 20.9 KB file. Okay, it means that it has a lot of data. So related nearby the Paris. So if you can see over here, we have a lot of data in here, and we can check it is 81. No, no, not 81. Let's check the exact number, that how much record. Yeah, 81, because I get one radius, one circle radius, total kilometers in 70 kilometers. Sorry, 17 kilometer. There are total 81 hotels around the around that around that Paris Eiffel Tower. So you can check it in more better way with this one and with this one, and what are hotel names, addresses, locations, data. And if we will go here, sorry, map info. Okay, so this is official location with lat long. This is the address that, let me check with you guys that how it looks like. See, when we open this one, it will directly show us a nice and location and the pictures and everything, so you can easily make research on that. You can also read the reviews over here, so it will be very beneficial for the marketing purposes as well. So what are the types, what you can what is the types, establishment, point of interest, mostly these are the same. So website, what is the official websites of the hotel, so this will also very helpful for you guys. So if we will go here, business status, operational or non-operational, there are, maybe there are some, yeah, mostly operational because this is a tourist place, so mostly operational, because I tried the non-operational also. International phone number, so you can contact on these number for any collaboration. Okay, so this is it. So I hope you like this video, and if you like, please if you have any question, please add the comments under the video, so I will check it out and I will reply as soon as possible. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Bye.